Another leftist lie falls apart, and this show called BS on it from the very beginning.
You know what, Martin? The truth was always there, right? I mean, we all knew that this person had 2 positive sex screening tests. And the people that are to blame through all of this are the IOC. I mean, if you look back to those press conferences during that Olympic Games last summer, the things that Thomas Bach was saying are never excusable. They allowed male on female violence for the whole world to watch. A simple sex screening test, which was actually in place until the end of the 1998, when they polled the female athletes. 80% said yes, please carry on with the female sex screening, and they stopped it anyway. And the fact that they turned around and said that those tests that they had been informed about a year prior, so it wasn't some quack organization. So all of that you saw at the Olympic Games in Paris last year was an utter lie.
Looks like the science is settled to me, guys. Imane Khelif exposed yet again, because we already had tests proving that this person, this male, had XY chromosomes. We literally already had the results that were published previously, but the woke activists and the fake news and all of these weirdos who love to lie about everything so that they can have their way tried to deny the test results and say these were somehow fraudulent or these people were discredited or whatever the heck they tried to say. But today, Exhibit A, we got more leaked test results. Before they were published, these were allegedly leaked, but verified is real. And as you can see, Imane Khelif, the boxer who beat the hell out of that woman for everybody to see live on air, on stage, is a male. It says chromosome analysis reveals a male karyotype here, right at the bottom. Okay, it says that. And here's another version, another copy, I should say, of the same document, Imane Khelif, name at the top. And it actually has result. XY chromosomes for the slow people. In the back, the XY chromosomes means that you're a male. XX means you're a female. So here's another result proving the same thing. Isn't it funny how you have people telling us to follow the science, and then when you follow it and it leads to a result that these weirdos and woke activists don't like, then all of a sudden it's like, well, hey, that's wrong, that's discredited. I mean, hey, the science doesn't matter, it just matters what's up in the old noggin, baby. No, it doesn't matter what's in the noggin. Biology is fairly immutable. Are there some weird freak accidents and stuff like that occasionally? Sure, but the exceptions never make the rule. You ever been talking to someone and you're making a very valid point, and then they say, well, nah, because my cousin, this happened to them. And it's like, F your cousin. I don't give a dang about your cousin. The exception doesn't make the rule. So one person or 2 or 10 or 100 or even 1,000 doesn't mean that literally billions of people are overwritten by a couple exception. This is a perfect example here. And here's the funny thing. Now, allegedly, there's some new rules being implemented where there has to be testing performed, gender testing performed, and Imane decided to run away.
My winner, Prue, was common sense. Just common sense generally, because we've seen a little bit more than we usually do this week. First, we saw the very sensible decision to demand mandatory sex testing from all athletes from world boxing. And I read a short time ago that controversial Olympic gold medalist, Imane Khelif, has already gone AWOL. She's pulled the pin on her next competition as a result of this announcement.
If you knew or know that you're allegedly a woman, why are you running? Where are you going? This should be a slam dunk. Hey, take the test, take another test. Like, look, I get it. Do you feel like you should have to continually take tests forever? No. I agree with that. However, if you're trying to enter this tournament, this competition, then yeah, take the test, prove where you stand at least the one time. Maybe don't take it again, but take it that one time to enter that competition, see what happens. But you don't want to take the test because you already know what the result is. Come on, guys. Who didn't know? Who didn't use their eyes in their ears?
You know, just sticking around this kind of intersection of media and culture, which is so fascinating, big win for the one and only Megyn Kelly, who's been a longtime critic of the Algerian boxer Imane Khelif, who she declared was a man even after winning gold in Paris. Well, now it's been revealed through a leaked medical report that the chromosome analysis makes her a male. It seems to me, Brianna, that Megyn Kelly is owed a massive apology from all of those people who really gave her a lot of noise over this one.
Absolutely. You know, what Megyn Kelly did is state the obvious. Megyn Kelly used one of her 5 senses. She used her eyes, and she made a very obvious determination. And unfortunately, there is so much gaslighting coming from the left because they're into this gender-bending ideology that they try to smear and malign her. And as it turns out, you know, like any good conspiracy theorist, you give it a few months, maybe a year, and it comes true, right? So Megyn Kelly is kind of experiencing that end of the cycle right there. But I think it's to a larger point. Americans and people in general need to stop worrying about the public backlash for stating something that is true and obvious. Otherwise, you create a society that is extremely weak and vulnerable to just someone with a big enough voice shutting them down, even if they're wrong.
All you got to do is take 2 seconds and just look. Oh, yeah, that's a male. And you got people who want to deny this because you got Joanne over here, another weirdo male pretending to be female who just cannot accept the reality that Khelif is a male. They're demanding that not only does this news anchor, but everyone accept that, hey, this is a female because the person was raised and knows himself to be female. I don't give a crap about that, but this person thinks otherwise. Let's take a quick look at this.
So what's your take on the fact that the medical records have come out and it seems to prove conclusively that Khelif is in fact a biological man?
Hi, Martin. Thanks for welcoming me back. First of all, standard respect, dignity applies. This person is a woman.
No.
Appreciate that doesn't necessarily align with your belief system.
Belief? Woman? Man, y'all need to get this fool up off the screen because it's annoying the crap out of me already. There's no woman here. Belief system? What belief system? I mean, this isn't like some religion. I mean, it's just basic biology. Even little children could tell the difference between girls and boys. Give me a freaking break.
But in common society, we should be referring to her as a woman.
No.
Who maybe
It's
has...
nothing to do with my belief system,
Pronouns. He, him. That's what I'm going with.
Joanne. It's the biological evidence. It's not a... It's the
Who maybe has...
It's nothing to do with my belief system, Joanne. It's the biological evidence. It's not a belief system. It's the difference between truth and fantasy. The truth
yes, but
is
Martin,
out.
as you know, your belief system doesn't allow you to just willy-nilly misgender people and treat them with that respect. So could I just ask, we refer to Imane as a woman, as she, please,
No.
for this interview?
See,
anyway.
This is how you get in trouble right here. First off, the answer is no. Secondly, anyone who has this type of request, the answer needs to be no. This is how we got here to begin with, because woke behind Democrats wanted to take advantage of these people's mental illness because they're so desperate to win elections. They will say anything, get support from anybody. As long as they can win, they don't care what happens to the rest of the world around them. The whole place could be burning down, but as long as they get to stand on our ashes, they're good to go. No means no means no. Man is man is man, and woman is woman is woman. If you got female body part, you got uterus, fallopian tubes, and eggs, you're a woman. If you got a wee-wee and some balls hanging and you busting chicks down and getting women pregnant, you're a man. It's that simple. Point blank period.
Going back to the point at hand, the test results we're talking about here are the ones that were produced by the discredited
Told
test
you.
that was already been discussed and discredited.
Told you they was gonna, it's discredited. They were gonna say something. They're gonna make something up.
These were leaked. I don't know whether these test results are accurate. They were discredited. But what I do know is this person, this woman, was born a woman, raised as a woman, and has lived as a woman all of her life.
What difference does that make to anybody? It doesn't make any difference to me. Maybe it makes a difference to Khelif, to him, but it doesn't make any difference to me and the people who are boxing, people getting punched in the face, people getting knocked out, getting a whole, all of this just destroyed by a man. I mean, just picture me just putting a wig on, just pow. It probably don't feel good if you're a woman. I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure it feels devastating. I don't think a lot of people realize how soft and tender women are compared to men. I mean, we could take a beating. Most women can't. Like, a lot of time they'd be like, oh, there's a car accident. Oh yeah, the woman died. The man's like, he's injured, but he's fine. Very common stuff, guys. I mean, this is pathetic. Why are we wasting our time capitulating to these mentally ill, delusional weirdos? And the politicians should feel the most ashamed of themselves for trying to take advantage of these people. They're the real evil ones. You know, these people are mentally ill. It's like I almost don't blame them for being mentally ill because, I mean, what are they supposed to do? It's just a thing. But the people who know that these people ain't right upstairs, but they're still trying to go along with it. They're still trying to do the woke virtue signaling and use and abuse these people for some sort of political gain. Those are the people who should really feel ashamed of themselves. And I'm tired of these people wasting our time. I'm tired of even talking about this. Why the hell are we wasting time humoring these weirdos? I'm done talking about this. This video is over. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. The science is settled. Trust the science. It's a man, baby. I'm out.
They're male. And